I love how I have everything ready. Oh my God. And look at. All right. I'm probably just too hot for this. All right. Let me YouTube up. I was hoping it was sweater weather, but apparently it's not. Look at. Woo. Okie dokie. Hi. How's everybody today? Okay, let me put it on live chat. Hi, Brad. Hi, Katie. Hi, Shauna. Lene. Alexis. Mary. Booklinus. Hi. Are you taking questions? I'm not. We're teaching tarot. So if you would like to learn how to read the tarot for yourself, that's what we're doing tonight. We're talking about the Six of Swords. Hi, Emma. M-A. Emma. M-A. M-A, right? Hi, Dana. Thank you, Shauna. All right, I just cleaned these. What the hell? Look at how red I am. Oh my God, it's like October now. Can we cool off a little, please? It's dealing with the decks. The decks have energy, and then I do. Hi, Denise. Hi, Johnny Dragon. Hi, Rowena. Branwick. Hello. Bella. Hi. Thank you, Dana. It's, I've been rocking the Viking look lately. I decided I like it. The witch bitch is gone. Yay. You know what, Shauna? I totally text you back, and then something happened. I don't think I hit send or something. So I think I have a draft of texting you back, and it's something happened, and I forgot completely until you just said that. And I'm like, wait, did I text you? I didn't, did I? Yep. That is the life of Mama Squirrel. How is everybody tonight? I know it feels so weird that I'm on Tarot Tuesday and I didn't talk to you last night. I've done that. Hi, Donna. I'm so glad I can see you now, Donna. Yay, I'm so glad we fixed them. I'm good. Hi, Paris. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while. And hi. It's so weird that I didn't see you guys last night because I'm usually on Mondays, but I definitely needed the day off. It was starting to feel a little bit like overwhelming. My schedules for both of my, jobs, or both of the things that I spend the most time on at work and here for the channel is like the busiest month for both of them. And so I'm like freaking out. I've got all kinds of stuff going on here and at work because mammograms and it's breast cancer awareness month. It's crazy at work. So I don't have a whole lot of time at work to do the stuff that I usually do to get ready for the channel at night. So it's just like double duty for sure. Hi, Deb. How was the Joker? Oh my goodness. It was so good. Now, all right. So I have to say, hi, Jack. Thank you, Booklinus. I appreciate that. I have to say that it was not your typical superhero movie. So I would not the guys who, I agree. I think it was awesome. I would not send the guys, like, apparently, and I keep forgetting to talk to my son about this. My oldest son, he's like, all Marvel and DC, he knows all of them and ins and outs and all that. And we talk about him a lot, but I forgot to talk to him about this. Apparently, he did not like it at all. Was the movie gory? Not in the way you would think it is. It's much more mental than it is anything else. Yes, deep and artistic, absolutely. And I personally, it was like a scathing review of, hi, Marge, of mental illness in our country. Because I like cried a couple times for him because he's like he's so obviously mentally ill through the whole thing. And it's really his origin story of how he became mentally ill and the things that happened in his life to kind of lead him to be as mentally ill as he is, and how there's like no one there to help him. There's no one. There's no services. I mean, he's like trying at first, and there's no services for him, and there's no, it was, yeah, it was really kind of sad. And, you know, I'm not crazy about feeling sad about the Joker because he turns into an evil screw bag, but keeps unsubbing me from you. Really? Jerks. Yeah, it just was really, really, it was definitely that psychological thriller thing. It was, you know, a little bit of gore, but not as much as you would think being, you know, that superhero kind of movie. It wasn't like that. It was very intense. So, but I absolutely liked it though, a lot, but it was very intense. And what else did and then I went on my ghost walk thing, which was awesome. Not at all what I thought that was going to be either. You're going to see it? Oh, good. I bet you'll like it. I would, like I said, I just would not go into it thinking you're going to watch like a normal superhero movie. It is not that at all. And as a matter of fact, I heard that they came out and said specifically, like, don't send your kids to this movie. This is not a kid's movie. And it's not because it's, you know, the typical gore and Deadpool and everything, which my kids loved, of course. It's because it's much more psychological and they're not gonna understand the depth of the illness and stuff like that. It's definitely not a kid's movie, for sure. So yeah, the Ghost Walk, which I met on Another Local Witch, was great. It was really fun. And I really liked it a lot because I'm kind of a history nerd. I really like, hi Cass, thank you. I really like local history stuff and local lore and that kind of thing. And so it was in a little town outside of Buffalo called, shit, I just went. What the hell is the name of the town? Oh my goodness. No. Called, shit. I just rented Midsummer from Redbox. My mom said not to watch it because it's messed up. Oh, hell yeah, I'd be watching that. What the heck is the name? I can't believe I was just there and learned all about the town and now I can't remember it. Lewiston. We were talking about the Joker. So Lewiston, New York, which is outside of Buffalo, and they have like this great history. There's all kinds of stuff that's hi Pat. Drive, careful. There's all kinds of historical stuff in there that was super interesting. They were a stop on the Underground Railroad, and they have like this story, and I'm like, oh, some of it's like literally the other girl, her name is Tristan, and I like cried at one point, which is so bad, but you know me. Because they were telling the story from the Underground Railroad is that they used a basement of a church. Oh, good. I'm glad you're home, Pat. They used the basement of a church to hide families that were running. And so they had a mother and a father and a baby. And some of the bounty hunter kind of people found the church and were coming downstairs. Yeah, this was the Ghost Walk. It was really fun. They were coming downstairs to like get the parents, and so the parents figured that they would leave the baby there, so they kind of hid her behind some stuff, and they ran so that they would follow the parents. And they said, you know, they assumed that because the pastor knew that they were there, that the pastor would find the baby and blah blah blah. And Well, the pastor had been called away and was gone for weeks. And came back like 2 weeks later. And buried the baby like right outside of the church doors. And they actually, like, the baby was uncovered, and they said they know this because in 1959, I think they said, that there was kids playing outside of the church, playing ball and stuff, and they uncovered the remains of the baby. And so then they dug the baby up and they gave him a proper Christian burial and stuff. So, but it was like, there was, I mean, very interesting history, but also like rip your heart out and stuff. But there was funny history too. You know, they had some really, very, really cool historical facts and stuff too. So, but you know, there was some sad stuff too. I know, right? So Tristan and I both stopped at the, they sent us through the cemetery because they had hung people in the cemetery. They had the gallows right in the cemetery back in the day because it saved on transportation. And they would, after they hung them, they would, they had a mass grave for people who, you know, were not going to have a burial. And so Tristan and I stopped and kind of said a blessing at the mass grave. But you could, and the energy was palpable, you know, like it really, you could feel some of the stories and the spirits around and stuff. And I love this time of year when you can go and do something like that, to hear like the folk tales of a town. Very, very interesting. So if you have anything like that in your area, I highly recommend it. It's really good to kind of heighten your spiritual awareness, for one thing. And for another thing, I always love learning about the history, because very often, like, they told the story of the town witch, and she was married and all that kind of stuff. And so she cursed her husband and, you know, all that, but they tell all kinds of neat stories and stuff too. So I highly recommend it. My glasses. I love these glasses. Oh, good. They didn't really break. I just need a new pin, but I need my glasses to see it. You said Wednesday, right? Are you talking to me? Marge. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I have. All right, I can use my glasses with one thing, I guess, hopefully. Yeah, I suppose I can. All right. Okay, so let me just, before we start real quick, I know 15 minutes and I still haven't started. I'm such a blabbermouth.
Yeah, God, shut up.
I know. And you know what? I don't see. Did Steven come on? I was joking with him earlier because the last 2 weeks in a row, he has fallen asleep right before we went on. And I was joking with him. I said, are you going to take a nap so you stay up? I wonder if he fell asleep again. All right. So anyways, I do have a couple of mods in here anyway, right? Yes. Okay. Jen, is it, the time for self-care Sundays at 8:30? Now it's Sundays at 7:30. Poor Steven. I know, right? He's probably really exhausted lately. I don't know about you guys, but it has seemed like, because things are so busy, that I'm really whooped. So I totally get it. I hope he doesn't feel too bad, though, because I know he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed it again. So this will be 3. Self-care Sunday is whenever it is. Sunday, yeah, it is kind of whenever, but I will say it's on a normal basis, it'll be 7:30. So I'm about to drive home, but did you get your oil? Yes, Brad. So yes, that's one of the things I have sitting in front of me. Yay! So I got Brad's oil, which is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, is it gorgeous? As usual, Brad, you've outdone yourself. I don't have light behind me, so I hope, oh yeah, I kind of can see it. There are all these juicy goodies in here that are just gorgeous. If you guys have not had Brad's oil yet, I'm telling you, where is, I had a dark cloth. Oh, you know what? It's behind me, isn't it? Yep. I took my sweater off over it. I'm telling you, I'll lose my mind. Here it is. Anyways, if you have not had Brad's oil yet, whoo, let's show the bottle, Jen. There it is. There's all kinds of cool herbs in there, and it always smells like heaven. It just smells so freaking gorgeous. Yes, hold on. Let me get Brad's link up, because I'm telling you, it's worth it all day long. All right, this is the third Sabbat oil that I've had from him, and just amazing. Amazing, Brad. As usual, you have absolutely outdone yourself. Here we go. Copy and paste. So hopefully that comes up. Let's see if it lets me. Sometimes it doesn't even let me put a link up, and I own the damn thing. Did it let me? It didn't, did it? You guys didn't see that link, did you? It's my page. Why won't it let me put... Oh, you did? Oh, good. I didn't see it, but as long as you guys saw it, that's good. So anyway, yes. Thank you, Brad, because... good. Because it is... again, I wish we had smell-o-vision. You guys really... This is, I have to say, this is the first one of Brad's that I haven't felt like relaxed and kind of ethereal and stuff, which is really cool because that's not how I feel about Samhain. For me, Samhain is much more awake and magic and, you know, getting into your art and doing stuff. And Brad, you nailed it. It smells so good. Yes, it's Brad's Etsy. Okay, I recently read that oils are associated with the hidden fifth element and helps us tap into the unseen to access forces with which we wish to work. That is so cool. Hold on. Oh, it smells so good, right? Smell. I know you can smell it. There's hints of cinnamon. There's, I don't know what all is in here, but it's incredible. He always has just the perfect blend. Brad, you just rock. Just love you. So thank you, Brad, my love. It is incredible. And of course, you know, I love the orange bag because Samhain. Hello. Perfect. Okay, I keep debating. Do I want my sweater on? But no, but because I'm still red. But it's annoying. I don't like my bare arms. It's weird. Okay. We're going to start tarot eventually. 20 minutes in. Are we all ready? So I have to say, I kind of was like, oh, do we have to do the Six of Swords? Because the Six of Swords, sometimes the Six of Swords energy is, hopefully you guys can at least guard yourself so you don't bring yourself down with the Six of Swords energy, because sometimes it's kind of, it's almost like defeat, you know. It's, so let's get into it and we'll talk about it. Okay, just make sure you keep your energy. Brad is a witchy Martha Stewart. Yes he is, for sure. Keep your energy up though, and if you have crystals, like I have the blue kyanite that Brad sent me with his oil, which I love. I love my blue kyanite. And I'm wearing black kyanite, by the way. And petersite. And I have the palm stone, the crazy lace agate palm stone that I got from Cassandra, who's here. Oh, wait. Cassandra, who's here. Isn't that gorgeous? Which I love its energy too. So have some crystals that can help boost your energy, because this is a kind of a, hi Danny, this is kind of a weighty card and it can weigh you down if you let it. Okay, We're just studying it. We don't have to live it today. All right, so let's take a quick look at it. Here we are. This is, of course, the first card that we're going for is always going to be the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I happen to pick for this entire study, we're picking the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. This is the Dirty Pam Borderless Edition of the Rider-Waite-Smith. So here we are. We see a man guiding a family, a woman and a child. Did we ever find out what? Yes, who Jasmine is? Yes, and I will tell you real quick. Sorry, 20 minutes in. Jasmina got a hold of me by email, and she may be listening right now. I don't even know. But she said she's very shy, and she maybe someday she'll say something, but a lot of times she is watching. She said she doesn't have a YouTube account. And I'm like, hey, just sign up for it. But she's so sweet. She's very sweet, and she's very cute. She sent me a picture so I could see what she looked like when we were talking back and forth. So she's very sweet. So yeah, she got to see the video and everything. And I told her that we don't bite. So, all right, Brad. Thank you, sweetie. I told her that we don't bite. So, it would be really good if she said hello the next time she was on. So we'll see. Someday, maybe. All right, so here we have kind of a family getting away in a boat, and we see the biggest thing to me is always, here is the water that they're leaving is this choppy water, right? So the circumstances of them leaving is not great. It's stuff that they really are. Thank you, Marge. You're so sweet. They really are just have been, it's like that stuck in a rut feeling, like you've really been kicking your ass trying to get something to work, and it's just not working. And it's when you get to the point where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm just done with this. I'm done with this. I cannot keep going. I kind of am crying defeat and saying, get me the hell out of here. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I can't stay here. So we do see smooth waters on the other side. So it is, somewhat about having hope for the future. Like, just move on, honey. It's time to let this stuff go, this energy that we've been stuck in. All right, so let's pull out the first book, which is always going to be The Ultimate Guide to the Tarot by Liz Dean. And this card is associated with the element of air, obviously, with the swords, which is intellect and knowledge, right? The number 6, the astrological association is Mercury and Aquarius. And the key meaning is moving on. The 6 of Swords is one of the more positive swords cards, along with the winning ace and the peaceful 4. In this card, there are battles, blindfolds, or stress. A ferryman is steering a boat to a promising destination with gentle hills and trees. We see the water on the right side of the boat is choppy, whereas the water before him is calm. The troubled waters symbolizes a rough situation he's moving away from, and the still waters ahead, a period of serenity away from strife. He is accompanied by 2 passengers, a child and a shrouded figure, perhaps the child's mother. All 3 figures face away from us, suggesting they are fixed on their destination. The decision to live has been made and the journey has begun. This determination, focus, is a feature of the card's astrological association, Mercury and Aquarius, which also suggests a rational approach that is in keeping with the swords, the suit of the mind. Whoops. So remember that we're in the sword suit. So when we're making this decision, this is not a hasty, you know what, emotionally, I just can't take it anymore and I'm just going to go. This is a much more well thought out, planned, like, okay, you know what, I have done the best I can here. I have just really worked my butt off trying to get this to work. And after going through the pros and cons, and the logical explanation is I need to change my setting. This just isn't going to do it for me. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out. I just have to leave it there and move on to something else, because this is just not it for me. The card's gray sky is neutral, so there is no emotion here. The ferryman is a neutral actor too, paid for his services without any attachment to the outcome. One further aspect to note is the traditional role of the male ferryman as active and the female passenger as passive. The presence of male yang and female yin energy and balance suggests peace and harmony, which chimes with the card's numerological associations. The 3, right? 3 and 3. The number 6 stands for serenity and peace. The 6-pointed Star of David comprises 2 triangles representing the concept of heaven and earth, a reminder that we can realize the heavenly and spiritual aspects of ourselves in our daily lives to enjoy the harmony in mind, body, and spirit. In the 6 of Swords, the 2 themes are present and are the present and the future. The challenge is to integrate our experiences moving forward. So the 6 of Swords shows you moving on from a situation or relationship and enjoying a period of peace and harmony. This may manifest mentally rather than physically as you take a more detached approach, distancing yourself from the drama and complication. This gives you an opportunity to rest and recharge. It may lead you to explore a new environment or make a spiritual discovery. So it also can indicate a trip. It can mean an actual trip. Like, okay, you're going to take a trip someplace, sometimes on a boat. It can be more of a literal meaning too, of like a vacation or taking time off and going someplace and taking a trip to actually go someplace. So keep that in mind too. Okay, we're going to move on to Benebell. Benebell Wen Holistic Tarot. The number 6 means harmony in body, mind, and spirit. This means a journey, pilgrimage, or baggage. A cloaked figure and child travel by water with their 6 swords. A boatman ferries them. On one side of the boat, the water is rolling. On the other, it's calm and placid. There are sparse trees on the horizon. The sky is light gray. So one of the things to recognize too, in that most of these cards, not all of them, but a lot of them, you can't really tell a lot about the place that you're going. So it's not, sometimes we just need to get on the boat. You know, sometimes it is a matter of, you know what, it is just time to go. Even if we don't know exactly where we're going, we can't see that clearly on the horizon. We just have to trust that the universe is going to take care of us and get on the boat. You know, we have an indication of some positive, smooth sailing here. That doesn't mean that it's always like that. Sometimes this journey is a long journey. Sometimes you're just on the boat and kind of wandering until you figure out where you're supposed to go. What? Guys are goofy. Hi, Luna. Hi, Andrea. The theme of the 6 of Swords is a journey. The 6 of Swords can adopt 2 different shades of meaning for journey. It can be a passage away from hardship or sorrow, a change for the better. It is a good time to get away. There is the desire to run away from past pains, though the seeker nonetheless seems to be carrying all his or her baggage along for the ride anyway. Another meaning can be more positive. Hi, Wiley. Hi, Fatima. Don't know where I was. Hang on. Can be positive someplace. Can be more positive in general. It is a good time for travel, or there are travel plans ahead. There may be trips abroad or going out of town. Note the difference in the water on the two sides of the boat. This could indicate that the rough waters will soon be behind the seeker. The horizon is smooth and calm. Cutting one's losses and moving on. The boat represents the body in movement. So the boat here actually represents, actually represents our body in movement. So it's, time to go. Get up and physically it's time to go. The child represents thoughts and hopes for the future. Turbulent waters on one side of the boat indicate a difficult past. Still water on the other side indicates a journey towards smoother and calmer times. The card frequently appears in readings for seekers who are trying to run away from their past, with the irony of ending up carrying all those past burdens with them into the future. Upright, though, the final message is positive. The seeker does end up in smoother waters. What kind of water on either side? So this is, see the choppy water on this side? That's what they're leaving. They're leaving that choppy water, and what they're heading to is calm, serene, and so you get the indication anyway. And like I said, you may not know for sure where it is you're going. You may not be able to see that final destination, that shoreline, but you're getting the indication that it's at least smoother than where you have been. So you're moving towards something different. Okay, last one, book-wise anyways. Well, that's not true. Last regular book-wise is Modern Tarot by Michelle T. Oh, Modern Tarot by Michelle T. But you are out of bad times, right? You're just letting it go. In the Six of Swords, what appears to be a family is taking off by boat. The figure in the front is hunched and weary. You get the vibe that they have recently endured something, that the trip itself may be a source of sadness. The water in front of the boat is choppy, but the wide expanse of sea behind is calm, even welcoming. When the Six of Swords comes up, you are making the best of a bad situation. This probably involves making an uninspiring or even painful choice. Still, it is the best choice available at the time, and your eyes should be on the long term. Even though the immediate repercussions of your decision are difficult, you know that it will ultimately bring you to a better situation. You got the Six of Swords a lot before your new heart? What a perfect card, right? Time to move on. Leave that heart behind. How cool is that? That's probably like the most literal translation of a Six of Swords you could think of. So for those of you who don't know, Luna here just got a heart transplant. Gosh, how long has it been now? 3 months? No, 2 months. I don't know. How long has it been now? It seems like it just happened, but I bet you it's been a while. And that's what she's saying is she would get the Six of Swords. What a literal translation of, the Six of Swords for sure. I have to say that is probably the most literal translation I can think of. Time to move on. 10 weeks. Good for you, honey. And everything's going good still, and no rejections, and everything's good, right? I can't believe how great you seem to be doing. What about the swords making holes in the boat and it's sinking? Heather, I have not seen that on a card. I'm trying to think of all the Six of Swords cards I have seen, and I have not seen that. It's more of a positive outcome, unless it's in the reverse. That's a little different, but we'll talk about that at the end. Okay. Even though the immediate repercussions of your decision are difficult, you know that it will ultimately bring you to a better situation. One consolation of this card is that when all choices bring some heartache, You can trust that you're making decisions with your mind and not with your emotions. This being the suit of swords, being rational and prioritizing logic is often the way out. This card is about applying the powers of the intellect to protect yourself and get yourself out of a bad situation. It is probably not an overnight solution. The hardship feels large, like one you've been in for a while. Perhaps it is a committed relationship or a family issue, or maybe it concerns your livelihood and basic security, and the change you're taking must be so to promote stability. Maybe you have been bogged down with depression or a habit that is taking a toll on your happiness, and it's time to begin mapping a plan of care. The Six of Swords often portends literal move or journey. If so, there is a sadness at leaving, but where you are headed will open up a whole new life for you. And that's the crux of this card. When you're done grieving whatever it is you're abandoning, when you're done hashing out your best strategy, what you have is a path to a whole new chapter of your life, one that will be infinitely better than you're at now. The promise of the Six of Swords is bright and strong. The worst is behind you. With every step forward, you put distance and energy between you and whatever mistake you're correcting. Or problem you're solving. Your future is guaranteed to be calm and happy and new, which is great, right? If you're going to have to kind of make that difficult decision and finally leave or finally let go of that job or move on from that friendship, or then at least you know that the future is going towards a positive future. The swords are in front of her too, possibly blocking her view of water emotions. That's a great way of looking at it, Deb. I like that. Blocking her emotions. Yep. So she's just, okay, I'm just gonna, this is the logical choice. This is logically where I need to be at. So logically, I'm just gonna say it's time to get in the boat. And that is, so you know how sometimes I have my little sayings, like the, what is it? The Five of Cups, where there's 3 cups spilled and there's 2 cups behind you. And my saying is turn around. So for this one, my saying, my first thing out of my mouth usually is get in the boat. It's time to get in the boat. Absolutely. I make too many logical decisions. Now my emotions are suffering. And that can be a definite around from what a lot of people do, right? Okay, so once again, I texted my people earlier and said, why is it that it doesn't matter how much time I spend getting prepared for my Tuesday tarot, it never seems like enough time. Because I'm like, I don't have enough of, and then I realize I have, a trillion cards still. So I'm on a boat. So apparently I do have enough cards, but I never feel like it's enough. I'm always like, there's something not quite right. I always feel like I'm missing that one perfect Six of Swords, but there's no perfect Six of anything. Okay, so let's just start looking at some of the compare and contrast kind of cards here. The first one we're going to look at is the Animal Totem Tarot. Here we have, yay, what is it called? A sugar glider? Almost a squirrel, right? But you see, he has his swords are kind of strategically watching or strategically blocking his path. So in order to get through, he really needs to pay attention to where he's going in order to leave this bad situation. Now, I'm trying to see the bad situation. My guess is it's like there isn't a whole lot growing he is. So it seems like he's, let's move on to bigger and better. Let's find some better vegetation. Or essentially a flying squirrel. Yay! So when I have a whole bunch of energy, that's me. I should call myself a sugar glider. Leap of faith. That's a good one. But I don't want to get in the boat. I get motion. Hi, Trevor. So absolutely. I do like this one because it kind of hints of the danger of, it's hard to leave. It's not easy to work your way through those swords. But it is necessary. When you've come to this point, it's necessary. You have to really take it from intellect and take the action of, nope, it's time to leap. All right, so that's always a good one. This one is the Bohemian Tarot. I hope we'll be able to see this one enough. All right, so we know what this one looks like. I'm going to set this down. Mom, the choppy water has the resemblance of bad decisions, bad days, right? Absolutely. I can see that. No turning back. That's right. All right, so Bohemian Gothic Tarot. This is a Baba Studios deck. So it's gorgeous, right? See how peaceful that serene water is? Now, I do want to be able, please let me focus, please. There we go. That dark figure that is steering the, so talk about the, the Grim Reaper figure here is kind of bringing her onward. And because it's the, not Bohemian Animal, Bohemian Gothic. Yes, the calm waters are serenity ahead. And she looks serene already. It's hard to tell if she's like dead. But she's very relaxed and serene, going, okay, you know what? She's given in. So because it's a vampire tarot, I kind of feel she's saying, okay, go ahead and make me a vampire. Because that's my, romantic YA goofy book of vampires. I don't know. I hated Twilight though, so it's not Twilight, but it is kind of that. She's finally given in and now her away. It is a beautiful card. I hate Twilight too. Yay! Twilight sucks. Since when do vampires spark? I think that's so stupid. I couldn't take it. Interview with the Vampire was amazing. All of those, that whole series was really good. Okay. Hi, Dad. We're going to look at the Crow Tarot. Again, I like this card a lot because this is in the midst of a snowstorm. He is deciding to take off, and it's not easy. He had sparkly spirit fingers. Vampires don't sparkle. That's right. Dark figure equals end, bringing new beginning. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, interview is definitely not a kiddie book. So he is deciding to leave, even though it's a snowstorm and it's not going to be an easy journey. And you can see he's losing some feathers along the way. But having made the decision to leave, to get out of the situation, he continues. He trudges on, knowing that he will end up in smoother waters, in better weather. He just knows this is the time to go. And he makes that decision, even though it's a hard decision and he may, suffer some consequences for it. Ultimately, he'll be able to get out of this blizzard and move on to bigger and better things. So this is a really good one. This one I have been showing a lot lately. I just keep really enjoying these cards. I think after we're done with this series, I'm going to have to start using them again. This is the Sasurabito, or the Saucy Burrito Tarot. And here's the Six of Swords for this Saucy Burrito. So here we have, she's just barely has her face out of the water. So it's been a tough journey. The swords are at the bottom, so that's what she's moving away from. Those pesky swords poking her at the bottom there. Hi, Leland. And she does, at least she has her head out of water, right? Where you say, just keep swimming. Just get your head out of water. And that's what she's doing. She's looking up, which is going to be better than where she's been. And she may not be working real hard in this boat. But she is, at least, has her head out of the water and has made the decision to continue on. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Just keep swimming. Yep. Can't help it. Dory, that's what comes into my head. So she definitely, at least, has made the decision to keep breathing, to keep moving forward, to keep trying to move away from this bad decision. And it is a very beautiful, meaningful, gets you right in the gut kind of card, right? Did I see Jack in here? I did. Hi, Jack. Yeah, me too. I like that one a lot. And very good timing, Jack. Your favorite deck. Here is the Numinous Tarot. I like this one almost for the simplicity. So here we're in the boat. To me, this just signifies we are in the damn boat. And she's remaining calm through the process. Yes, absolutely. Like finally being able to take that long-awaited breath after being held down for so long. That's great. Perfect, Katie. I have many favorites, but yes, the Numinous is great. I know, and I hate when the delays are on, guys, because then I feel like I'm moving on too quick, so I'm sorry. Yep. So for this one, I really do feel like we are in the boat, and this is our view. You know what? We have taken that step. We have gotten in the boat, and we are headed to another shore. And the good thing is, a couple things. I really like that because the Six of Swords is represented by bells in this deck, which is how you can hear the air. I love that here. To me, wind chimes are always a sign of good things. They're like kind of a sign of some good energy or some good spirit. That's why I have wind chimes all over. Gotta keep my head above water. Don't let me drown. It gets harder. I'll meet you there at the altar as I fall down to my knees. Don't let me drown. Right? Yeah, it is a good path working card. That's true. And we see the light, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Here the clouds have parted and the light is coming down. And we see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. The lighthouse is leading the way to better, bigger, better, brighter things. Swords represent air. Exactly. Yep. Exactly, Heather. So the swords represent air and thinking and intellect, or sometimes, you know, movement, action. So that intellect and the air that it's moving through, hi Susie, is represented by the wind chimes here. Yeah, I'm not singing that one, but I like that song too. But I love the that you can see all the dark water, so you can see how dark those clouds were, and they really were kind of overpowering us. But now that we're moving in the right direction, what happens? The clouds part, and those beams of light hit the water, and brighten everything up for us so we can see, hey, you know what? We're on the right track. We are moving in the right direction. Periodically change top chat to live chat to make all chat visible. Thank you, Marge. I have to do that when I refresh my live, you know. What did I just see? Hi, Dawn. Finally able to see the shore. Exactly. Yep. A little bit. Exactly. So, yeah, I like that one a lot. All right. The next one, I tried to pick some that were a little bit different this time because this is a card that a lot of decks have basically this. So I tried to pick not too many that just were like that. I tried to pick a couple that were, you know, a little different. Thank you, Marge. Okay, so this one is called the Tarot of the Old Path. Come on. And here we can see that there isn't a boat. There is this path of stepping stones outside of the water. And we see the Lady of the Lake holding one of the swords up. So kind of leading the way here. And then she will step forward and hold the sword up here. To me, it very much seems like the Lady of the Lake is following him and showing him where to step. Okay, here's the next step for you. Don't fall in. Here's the next stepping stone right here. Come on. And here's the next stepping stone right here. And so to me, this is very much more of it even shows the thinking aspect of this card even more, because he doesn't have a boat. He cannot just pay the ferryman and tell the ferryman to row them to where they're going to go. He has to actually step. He has to figure out what steps he has to take to get out of the situation that he's in. Yes. And the good thing is he has help. He has the Lady of the Lake saying, here, right here is a stepping stone. And here, right here is a stepping stone. He ain't got time to wait for a boat. That's right. Gotta get on out. So I always liked this interpretation a lot because it was more of an action. Like, okay, we're going to step right out and just know that there's, you know, good things to come and someone's going to be there to help me. And, you know, he obviously was a wise person in doing that because he is getting the help that he needs here. Showing you that even though it seems impossible, there is always a way out. Take that first step, even if the rest is unknown. This is so Shelley's card, right? Yes, absolutely. And how hard is that? Sometimes when we cannot even see where we're going, it is hard to say, I'm gonna just step out and trust that. Yeah, it's like the fool all over again, right? And if you talk about, we very often, and towards the end of our study, when we really have almost finished all the cards, we'll start talking about how they all go together a little bit more. But if you think of the whole tarot as a journey, and you think of the Five of Swords, here, let me pull it out. Hopefully can't remember if this is one of the decks that is in order or not. Of course it's not. One foot in front of the other. Yep. Let me find the Five of Swords real quick. Because if you think of here, our querent has left the Five of Swords and the energy from the Five of Swords, which is that, hold on. Come on, 9, 4, and it would help if I left my glasses on probably, but no, it did not. Here we go. So here, defeat in the Five of Swords, where you got whooped. You have to say, you know what, you beat me. I mean, I'm still able to leave, but you beat me. And now you're making that next step is the decision to say, okay, you know what, I lost that. That apparently was not for me. That was not where I was supposed to be journeying. So I'm going to change course. I'm going to move in a different direction. And we're going to trust that the universe has my back and that I'm moving on to a new thing that will be better for me. Okay, so keep in mind where you're coming from sometimes is important too. What did I do with the rest of the deck? Okay, I just lost a whole rest. Oh, there it is. I'm not squirreling out. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Next. All right. I really like this next one. I'm out, new prospects. That's right. Moving on. Beware the danger, but progress equals achievement. Yes, 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 for sure. Bye, Willie. Wiley. Why did I do that? I keep doing that with you. Okay, here we go. So this is the Robin Wood Tarot. I adore this deck. And this card for me is a big deal. When I pulled this card, I immediately got this sense of this is what I feel. When I have gotten to the point where I know I need to move on, this is what I feel, because we see the ferryman as a spirit. It represents the unseen spiritual forces that guide us, that help to guide us. Especially during our times of transition, that we have to trust that our guides and guardians are going to guide us all around us, and we're not going to be able to see them. It won't be quite as literal for us as it is here, the sword from the Lady of the Lake popping right out of the lake. We have to trust that that unseen spirit ferryman is guiding the boat. And it's going to bring us to clearer, calmer, better waters. Here again, we're leaving that choppy water and moving on to serene, clear skies, green grasses. There's new stuff coming, right? The unseen nudge by our guides. Yeah, absolutely. I like the Robin Wood Tarot. For me, is a very good deck, and I highly recommend this deck for beginners because it is very, very Rider-Waite. They have almost all of the symbolism. Let me take a drink. Almost all of the symbolism of the Rider-Waite deck, but it has a much more pagan feel than the Rider-Waite deck, which is why I like it. You never heard of it? Well, because it's right here, I'm going to show a couple more cards then, because this is, I'm pretty sure this is one of the decks that new mama word, that I recommended. I know I did a video at some point of beginner decks that I recommend if you're going to go with the Rider-Waite Smith system. It again it's very Rider-Waite, has most of the symbolism, but gives it a more pagan feel to me. Like here we have the 9 of Pentacles. See, she's in her garden still and admiring the flowers and stuff. But here we have the falcon with her, and To me, that just looks a little bit more like what, you know, what I picture with stuff. Here's the Empress. Right? It is. It is beautiful. Here's the Five of Cups, you know, where I say turn around. You can see that the spilled cups, but they're still too full if she just would turn around. Here's the Eight of Cups. No, another deck on the list. I'm trying. Oh, here's my Death card. I love this Death. Isn't that a beautiful Death? I love the red cloak, and it still has. See, it still has the flag, the black flag with the white rose, but he's in the forest. So, and he has this big long red cloak. I just love that. Love it, love it. Here's the Hermit. I'll show one more after this, and then we're going to move on. Here's Judgment. So, you know, Judgment for the Rider-Waite deck is kind of very biblical, and it's the angels blowing on their trumpet to call those who have passed over. Judgment in the Robin Wood Tarot is a phoenix burning away what's no longer needed and rising through the ashes to become their new self. So that it's the same idea of, okay, it's time to rise up and bring together your new self. So, your favorite colors are red, black. Perfect deck for you then. Right? So yes, that is the Robin Wood Tarot. Boobs. So I do highly recommend that one for beginners for sure, guys. Okay, let's move on. Modern Spellcasters. I love this one. And it's pretty close to the Rider-Waite. But I don't know. The Ferryman just looks like a shaman to me. And so he's much more wise. And he really is leading. And she also is not just passively sitting. See how she has this box? $19.99. Wow, that's not bad. That's really good. See how she has this box? So to me, she is helping the ferryman to guide to the place that she's supposed to go. This is like an offering to her guard. Why do I keep saying that? Her guides and guardians. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Kay. Oh, I said hi to you already, Kay. Not that I can't say hi again. Hi, Kay. Putting her faith in that. Yes. To me, it's like an offering to her guides to say, okay, I have been in this shithole. Yeah, the symbol of the sun on his head. Good catch, Sarana. Very good. And it is really, yeah, like, do not ignore me. Very obvious. Yeah. Like, this is where I want to go. I have been in this shit situation, and I am trusting that you are going to be able to take me out of this shit. So here is my offering to you. I'm going to really close my eyes and try to connect with you. And even the ferryman is able to help with that. Oh, come on, card. There it is. Love that. Love it, love it. Good one. Okay. I don't know if this will seem obvious or not. Did I get the book out? I was gonna. All right, hold on. I'm grabbing it because the explanation for this card, I don't know if you'll get it without hearing what the explanation is, so I'm going to get it out. This is the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. Okay, I'll finish watching. Have to run. You too, Katie. You didn't get the notification again? They've been bad with that lately, I have to say. Okay, so here you go. This is the Raven's Prophecy. Let me get it to focus, hopefully. Good. It says it's time to cut and run. When you've been in a very difficult situation for quite a while, or when you've really gone all in for a fight, it's often tempting to consider any kind of retreat as a cowardly loss. But the Six of Swords urges you to take a look at the mess you're in and ask yourself if there's really anything productive to be accomplished here. Spoiler, there is not. Because it is one of the sword suit, there's a healthy dose of logic inherent in this card. The art shows water pooled in your hands. Lean forward and take a moment to reflect upon yourself. The 6 is telling you to take a step back, but this is a moment to decide just how sizable that step needs to be. Sometimes it is a mental step, just stepping back from the argument. Sometimes, though, you need an actual physical change of scenery. The 6 of Swords can't tell you how far to run. It can only tell you that you need a major shift in the situation for it to resolve. And that discretion is the better part of valor. Sometimes escaping can be the bravest thing you can do. She's one of your favorite authors. I have not read. Now, is this based on a series of books? I thought I read that it was a series of books, and I keep meaning to order the series so I can read it. But I haven't yet. Okay, now what did I just do with the box? I'm losing my mind today. Oh, I put it up here. Duh. Is that one bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush? Yeah, it's water in the hand. And to take the time to reflect in that water upon yourself and say, okay, you know what? Where am I at? Yes. Look at, she has a pentacle and an infinity. And then on her wrist. And then, yes, a rune here on the... on her, what do you call it? This part. And I do not know runes well enough to tell you what that rune means. I'd have to look them up in my little rune thing. But yeah, I love that, the reflection of the water and looking to reflect before you step and then stepping out. That's a good one, right? It's the Six of Crows series, and it's really good, Dana. I keep meaning to order it, and I just haven't yet. It's Daga's Awakening Paradigm Shift. Ah, perfect, right? The Awakening, a paradigm shift. Perfect rune. Kind of looked like a bird to me. That's all right. My main focus is the Sumerian Babylonian era. That's cool. Okay. Next is the Children of Litha Tarot. This card in particular, this is one of the reasons I got the Children of Litha Tarot. So, this is the Six of Swords for the Children of Litha. And I just, to me, when you just have talked about the explanation, this is just so perfect. Here we have all the chrysalis. And so the choice is, do I want to stay in this nice warm chrysalis that, you know, I've built up around me and it's warm and safe, but this is not where I need to be. I know better. I know that there's better things out there for me. So it's time to evolve. It's time to step forward. It's time to take that risk and learn to fly. And what a different, leaving a comfortable place. Yes. What a different and beautiful world it can be than the one I have come to know from before. Because before I was a caterpillar, I couldn't fly. I just crawled along the ground, crawled up onto trees, Now, hi, King. Now I can fly. If I just take that risk, I can fly. Love this one. This is absolutely one of the reasons I bought this deck, is because this card to me, I was like, yes. And there's something for me about monarchs. I don't know what it is. Lately, especially, I feel very connected. My favorite card in the Earthly Souls and Spirits deck is the Evolve card. Eddie Money said it best in a song. I want to go back and do it all over, but I can't go back. I know the only way is to move on. Wasn't it sad that he died? Does anyone read tarot in this group with a reverse if it appears that way from the guides? Susie, I read reverses once in a while if I feel like it really needs to be that. I went to his shows with my dad all the time. When I was a kid, I happened to go on vacation to Maine with my aunt. And they were doing something, and Eddie Money was playing at this like almost local lobster bar thing. And so we literally were on the sidewalk, like, and he was like at an outside lobster bar. It's all I could tell you. What it just was like on the boardwalk kind of. And so we were standing on the sidewalk listening to him play, which of course my aunt didn't like rock music and we couldn't stay very long. But I do remember a couple songs. I can't remember like right this second, but I do remember him playing a couple songs and we were there. Loved it. Hello. Hi, open-minded. Okay. Spiral Tarot. So again, here we have the Spirit leading the way. And this one is, to me, I love the very obvious change. So we have, I'll see how choppy and how harsh the water is she's leaving behind. And then Spirit is leading her to the light because it's very dark. Spirit is leading, is being the light going on. And to much, much, much more serene waters. Yes, that is definitely going to the light. Yes. Yes, yes. Butterflies are messengers, I read recently. I totally believe it. And lately, I don't know, the last year probably, they've been coming up for me a lot. So, love this one. So this is the Spiral Tarot. We've seen a couple of those cards recently. Are those birds flying in the sky? I don't think so. Hang on. Up top is the number 6, and then they're I don't think they're birds. I think it's just dark clouds and light clouds, but it could be. Messages from loved ones. Yeah, I've heard that too, I think, Dana. Yeah, and again, I like the impression that we get of the other shore. So we can see that it's smooth waters, but we can't really tell a whole lot about the other shore. We can see just a little bit of light, so it has to be better than the darkness from where we're coming from. But boy, sometimes we have to leap even when we don't know where we're going to end up. Clean it again. We have to take that leap anyways, even when we don't know. Just dropped my cleaning cloth. It's a shadow of the future you could barely see. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Love it. Okay. The new deck that I got is Cass still here. She got this deck, a month ago. I was so jealous. Now I finally got it. Yay! The Enchanted Forest Tarot. I really like this one a lot. Messages from a loved one who's far away. Yes. Yep. So this is the Enchanted Forest Tarot. And the swords are represented by challenges. Hi, Enchanted Jess. So this is the 6 of challenges. Come on, I really want it. There you go. Okay. So, and I'm going to read from the book this time because I was like, oh, this is interesting. It says, phew, that was a near escape. Far too close for comfort. Dwarves don't usually climb trees if they can help it, but this dwarf scaled the ash tree as nimbly as a squirrel when the wolves started chasing her. See the wolves at the bottom? There's no need for her to plan what to do next. Since she can't fight a pack of wolves, she needs to just wait them out. When they have lost interest in her, she can hurry home to a well-earned supper. When you are pursued by slavering wolves, the wisest course is to get out of their reach as quickly as possible. This card suggests that you should consider such a strategic retreat, perhaps an actual retreat away from home or work for a time. Give yourself a respite from strife. Rest, recover, and plan your next step. See, so again, it is the same kind of, I don't know where I'm going, but it's time to step out. It's time to step out. And in this case, I don't know where I'm going, but boy, I've got to get away from these wolves, right? Different perspective for sure. Yes. Yeah, I love this artwork for sure. You can't fight a wolf, so just get out of its reach. Exactly. Even if you're not sure where you're headed, just get out of the reach for a little while. Take a breather. You know, take a minute to take a breath. Figure out where you're at. Regroup. Somebody mentioned I saw the Harry Potter tarot, and I didn't. Sounds like me talking about Goodwill. I forget sometimes I need to take out, don't forget that the Harry Potter deck is a Thoth-based tarot. And I forget sometimes that I need to take out some of our Thoth-based just so we can see what the differences are. So in the Harry Potter deck, it is knowledge. So it is about gaining knowledge to get yourself out of this situation. All right, let me continue where I'm at. I've got, let's see how long have we been on? An hour and 18. We're okay. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards left. I'll try to hurry up. Okay, Marielle, the Marielle Tarot. I have used this one a couple times lately too. So here we have, this is actually a representation of the angel Raphael leading the children to safety. And there's a whole story that goes with it. But you have to take the book off the shelf before you can move ahead. Perfect, Heather, exactly. Exactly. 7 cards left. I know, I got to go quicker, huh? I'm a talker. So there's a whole story that goes along with it, but I like this representation because it seems very gentle. It's, you know, here's the angel Raphael leading the children, allowing the children to take their dog. So it is very much that spirit entity, that guardian, kind of taking you forth, and the innocence, we have to have the innocence of a child to go where we're directed sometimes, even when we don't understand where the heck we're going. Even if we're not really like understanding how this is going to be better. But we're at the point where we have fought and fought and fought and tried our best and tried to rework the situation every which way but loose. And we just can't work our way out of it. We just have to let go and say, you know what? Okay, this just is not the situation for me. Don't go faster. The boat is moving slowly, right? Like it. Okay. This is, again, yet another one that I really liked the interpretation from, and it's different. The Empress and the 5 and all these cards have been with me all week. Absolutely, I believe it. Okay, so this one is the Gaian Tarot. I haven't used this one a whole lot, and I really like it. I don't know what it is with me. I like the tarot a lot, but when they're modernized, it's like I don't use it very much. I don't know why. I did not. Hold on. Let me find it here, sweetie. I feel like I'm up that tree. Oh. Sometimes you just have to hang on, honey. You just have to hang on, huh? Yes. Gaian. Gaian. For the Marielle, it's the inner child within us being cared for. Thank you. I knew there was a story behind it. And it is Raphael, right? Isn't it? The angel Raphael? Or the archangel Raphael? Okay, so in the Gaian Tarot, it's a more modern representation, but I really liked this. I was like, you know what? This could totally work. I like this a lot. So here we have the 6 of Air, which is the element representations in the Gaian Tarot. The community, it is perfect. Thank you. The community awakens and sings up the sun together with prayer, song, and drumming. As we gather with others of like mind at festivals or on retreat, we gain perspective and insight into the big soulful issues of our lives. As we set our intent together in ceremonial space, the power to change our personal and planetary lives is magnified many times over. So this is a little bit different perspective. Instead of taking that spiritual advice, yeah, it's kind of like a release. Like, okay, get with your community of like-minded people. And with that combined energy, let them help you take that release that you're looking for. To change directions, to, reminds me of tarot stock. It does, right? To do something to raise that vibrational energy that you need to be able to let go or to be able to move on. A group effort, exactly. Sometimes we don't always have to go it alone. We can look for those like-minded people and say, you know what? Wow, can you help me pull this energy out and make me realize why I've held on to this energy that is not for me anymore? Take your time to heal from that past hurt. Yes. Everyone together in harmony, helping others out. Yes, 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 for sure. You're not getting it? That's okay. Book Lina, sometimes, different. I've looked at ones before and been like, all right, that doesn't do it for me. And it's just a different way of looking at that energy. In fact, there's a lot of times. Yeah, they're also different. We're working together. Yes. There's a lot of times. I can't tell you how many times I will pull a card out and I'm like, oh, I really love this deck. I wonder how this one is. And I'm like, that doesn't do it for me. So I won't pull that card out to show. Okay, this one, again, this one to me was such a powerful image. Like a powwow for Native Americans. Yes. Yes, yes. This is the Star Tarot. And again, a deck I really love and I don't use a lot. And I think, well, with this one, it's because the cards are so big again. So this is the Star Tarot. In the image of this card, a traveler. See the traveler? Hold on. Come on. They're so glossy too. They're hard to get pictures of. So hang on. There we go. The traveler is in a meditative sleep in the orca canoe. The traveler is wrapped warmly in sealskin. The energy of the sea lions brings protection during change and helps connect to the higher self. The two orca are guiding the canoe through the cosmic portal of transformation to new shores of insight and perspectives. Orca symbolize the guide and protector who creates the portal where one can return to their inner home of cosmic memory in the soul, awakening one to their true self. The sun shines over the horizon, signaling a new beginning. The 6 swords shoot out into the starry universe, presenting an expanded awareness. The spirit orca in the night sky, see the spirit orca, symbolizes the peace and freedom. The peace and freedom of what? Symbolizes peace and freedom. The Starman. Nope, this is just the Star Tarot. Escargot. What are you talking about, Andrea? Why are you bringing that up? Because I have to say that's on the Ghost Tarot, and I almost brought it up, but I didn't want to have to tell the story of the Escargot. Hathor is compared to Escargot in the Sumerian pantheon. That's true, Andrea. And how funny is it that I almost grabbed the Ghost and Spirits Tarot, because the Ghost and Spirits Tarot, the 6 of Swords he's on the cover, or he's on the card of the 6 of Swords. It's his story. Boo, 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 boo. Yes, so I love the orcas anyways. I just love orcas and dolphins in general. So I love this card. I love the big spirit orca in the sky. I love that the orcas are guiding this indigenous man. Hello, I have never been able to be here on Tuesdays. I usually have class. Yay, well, welcome. Is that a crescent moon on the side? It is. Surely is. Yep. It is. I love these cards. I wish they weren't so glossy so they would show up better sometimes, but they are really beautiful cards. And I love the explanations in the book are really good. But you know me, I don't read books I don't read books. I read lots of books. I don't use the books from decks very much. So even if I love the stories in them, I very rarely will read the stories. Crescent moon on the descent. That's right. Okay. We're going to keep going because we're an hour and a half already. Sorry. I do want to show the Shadowscapes deck is, oh gosh, it's so pretty. I really need big posters of all the cards because I love the cards. So here we go. The Shadowscapes deck. Here, I love the ravens or crows here are kind of calling out and representing it's like, to me, it's like they're calling out that she's leaving, that she's taking a journey. The spirit here, thanks Paris, is this big bird in the sky. I want to say it's a swan, but I don't think so because it's flying. Thanks, Andrea. And she is totally and completely able to trust that this spirit bird is going to take her where she needs to go. So, and the ravens to me are calling out, like it. I'm trying to say this and I can't. Let me take a drink again. I maybe need more sugar. That's good, Johnny. Like in the old days when people would go on a boat. Yeah, I know they do, but they don't fly really long distances. So I don't really think of them flying a person, but it still could be. Oh, when people would take a long journey on a boat and people would come out and tell and like wave goodbye to them. Bye, have a good trip, all that kind of stuff. That's what I think of. Love the way she's resting on the bird's back, trusting it to lead her where she needs to be. Yeah, she's not even looking. This is Shadowscapes. She's not even looking where she's going. She just has total and complete faith that this bird that is her, you know, her people, her thing that thinks alike like her. Trumpeter swans migrate? I didn't know that, Heather. Do you think one of the crow or ravens turned into that spirit bird? Ooh, maybe. That's a really good view of it. Just so he could take her where she needed to be. Now, I want to say I need my magnifying glass, because the only thing that bugs me, and I'm sure that it's because I can't see it well. Once again, these are gorgeous illustrations. I really wish we could blow up the cards and actually see some of her art better, because they're absolutely beautiful. The only thing that bugs me is, come on, you know you want it. Focus. There you go. Is the feet of the bird what I assume is the feet? To me, it always looks like the spirit bird has balls. And I can't help it. Every time I see it, I'm like, Jesus, what is with that bird's balls? Oh, now I'm really tired. Cannot unsee, Jen. I'm sorry. I know. Well, every time I look at it, I think it. So now it's not just me. I'm sorry. It's terrible. I know. But I'm so glad now it's not just me. And now I will never unsee that. That's right. Now everyone who ever sees this card will think of it. Right? Because you can hardly, like, it's hard for me to see these cards because the cards are way too small. The images are absolutely gorgeous, but they need to be like this big. So because the details in there are gorgeous. I ruined it. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. It ruins it for me. But see, their feet. If we could see it better, we could tell that they were feet. So you can tell that they're feet if you're really close. Marge, you rock. I don't know what is with you, girl. You are just like the perfect mod over here. I know, right? So you have the Six of Swords. You're going to take a ride with a very big bald bird. Terrible. Hairy feet. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. Yes. Don't forget, you guys, that crystal show. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to actually, I don't know if I said this on a live yet. I talked to Cassie today. Do your balls hang low? Do they? Yeah, stop it. Yes, I talked to her today, so I bet I didn't say anything. But we decided I'm going to go to her house. We've got the biggest balls of them all. There's lots of ball songs, aren't there? I decided I'm going to go to her house and we're going to do the live from her house so we can show you any crystals you want to see. Ooh! Perfect mod or just struggling to remember everything. So I'm telling you guys, she has tons of crystals. When you see, I'll like pan the camera through when we're there. She has these shelves and she has bins of crystals like everywhere. So, you know, me, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, oh, what's this? Let's look at this. Oh, look, here's some black moonstone and here's some this. And does anybody want who you could name a crystal and she might have? I mean, I could kind of do that too, but she has them for sale. Pretty exciting. So hopefully you all get paid on Friday. Remember to touch and rotate your balls every day. We're terrible. Terrible. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We got this 4 more cards. We're almost done. This one I really like just because it's such a gorgeous image, but it's kind of the typical image, except he is. I love you too, Wiley. Thank you. Tange, is Tange here? I totally missed her. Is she really here, Rashana Joshin? I don't see Tange on here. Wait, do I need to go back to live chat? Maybe. Yes, totally dramatic. I love that the water's choppy. It's hard to tell, you know, where he's going. I love the spirit here. The guide is a seagull. And he's really guiding that boat on his own, though. You can see, yep, that he's going to the lighthouse. Tange was live just before you. Oh, was she? I love her. And I touched my crystal balls today. She has all kinds of spheres and stuff too, guys. So I'm telling you, if you want anything, and how fun will it be that you guys can say to me, hey, Jen, see if she has any of this, and I'll go searching through all her stuff, and we'll pull it out and make her price it, right? I'm sorry, Marge. I know I'm squirreling out. I'm sorry. This is the slow tarot. I've almost said it 12 times, and I just didn't. This is the slow tarot. So we are going to have a blast on Friday, you guys. I really hope that you join me for that because I think I'm going to drive her nuts, but I think it'll be super fun. And you guys can like tell me what to pull out. And does she know what she's in for Friday? Well, I don't know if she knows like how it's going to be when I'm live with you guys, like telling me to pull stuff out, but she knows me. So she knows. You should have seen me like the couple times I've been there. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I'll pull it out. I'm like, oh, okay. How much for that one? All right. I have a whole bin that is mine that I'm just paying on little by little until I can take it home. Okay. 3 more. We're almost there. This is the new, this deck right here. Majestic Earth Tarot. And I do like this deck. The images are gorgeous. And then I have to say, Hildy did an awesome job with her book because I love her explanations are fabulous. So this is the 6 of Clouds. Yes, I think so. Absolutely. Birds symbolize the spirit a lot for sure, Em. Okay, 6 of Clouds. A farrier transports a solemn robed figure to an island grove. The boat glides lightly across smooth waters. The shrouded traveler faces the darkness ahead, the unknown, with poise. The high, rough-hewn walls signal protection. The suggestion is a journey of the soul or body to process the past and move forward. Layaway. Exactly, Book Linus. I literally have a whole bin over there that I'm like, oh, okay, I want this. She's been so good to me. Thank goodness she's let me pay on payments. So I'm just like, here, I'm going to pay off a couple of these today. So this deck is a winner. It's definitely a keeper. I like it. Majestic Earth. Hildy did a great job. Okay, and now we have our 2 kind of story cards. Yes, please do go vote on what you want the channel name. I think I'm going to decide by the end of the week. because we have quite a few that are in there, and I like the one that's ahead, but I want to give everybody an opportunity. The trees look like the pillars and the high priestess again. You're right. They really do, for sure. This is Poppy Palin's the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. Love this deck. And here's the story. So I love that these stories are, I'm obsessed with these stories because they just do it for me. When I hear the story, I so get into the card. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Everyday Enchantment with Poppy Palin. Here's the story for the Six of Blades. Mere weeks ago, I'd never have believed I'd have to uproot my wife and child, taking them away from everything familiar and reassuring. Never say never, it seems, for here we are on the move, leaving all we hold dear. Things can happen out of the blue. That can't be planned for, no matter how dependable or organized we are. Such events pull the rug right out from under us and can trigger a domino effect, where the pillars of our supposedly secure, upright life start toppling one by one. This just happened to us, and with terrifying speed, all we knew was in ruins. As the family's provider, I inevitably blamed myself for this collapse, and rather than rant and rave, I turned my anger inward and became depressed. Unfortunately, my despair hurt my wife, and boy, more than if I'd let it out my frustration in a healthy way. My mood brought us all to a low, and for a while it seemed as if our meaning and joy had gone. Then one day I saw the geese flying away, and there was something so soothing about them, so out of time with the chaotic world we now inhabited, that I was awestruck. Their rhythmic wing beats lulled and moved me, and as a flicker of hope melted my frozen soul, I knew that like them, we needed to make a freedom flight away from our barren, broken situation towards a better life. A new start is a risk, but our fragile reality was fragmenting around us anyway. These may be uncertain times, but we have each other. We have faith, and we share a bright vision of what can be. If we take it slowly and surely, guided by those golden geese as they follow the sun, then we'll soon be skimming along together. It's not even my situation, and I'm tearing up. Whew. Love it. It has everything. The geese. I love the frozen ice. And they're on their journey towards, some unknown that's got to be better. Love it. So good. Back to tough girl here. Okay. One more. We're going to do the Algoliath. Hopefully this one, this is a good one too. But I don't think this will make me cry. I don't think. Let's hope I'm not sobbing on our channel again. How many times have I done that? Hopefully there's not a lot of people left that have seen me like sobbing, right? He left his backpack behind. Pat was crying. Was he? You and me, Pat. Okay, here we go. The Algoliath. This is a damn good one too, I have to say. This deck is really good. As big as they are and as hard as they are to like actually read for people with them, they have awesome imagery. Oh God, and I forgot their teeny tiny letters. All right, what's his name? I can't remember this guy's name. Oh, his name is Algoliath, but he better do something with the next edition. For us old people, they have to read this teeny tiny writing. Okay. If you're feeling that you are in a problematic space right now, all of that is about to shift, and you are about to undergo a move, both physically and mentally. A large snowy egret bird is taking off. Again, a bird again. Sorry, I'm listening to Kaylin yell. A large snowy egret bird is taking off, flying over the top of sharp, jagged rocks. The flames and 6 swords all pointed upwards, appearing unwelcoming. The immediate feeling here is clear. You should be moving on to greener pastures. The bird carries her nest with her talons, her precious eggs still tucked inside. She's moving away from the problems she has faced, flying off into the sea without looking back. In the long term, she knows that this decision will not be easy at first, but it will be one of the best decisions she will make for her and her baby's future. There are times in life where we really need to let go of things that we have been attached to. The stages of letting go can be very jarring on the soul, but the sadness of the loss will soon fade. This card can also indicate that you are wanting to move away from who you used to be and closer to who you want to be, following your passion and your soul's purpose, even if this means saying goodbye. This change is much like a certain rite of passage and will propel you and your significant others into a new phase of your life in the best way possible. In the card, we see turbulent waves swelling in the ocean with no land on the horizon. This shows that the process of this relocation will be rocky, but you will get there. Just hang on. Just hang on, right? There's space in between those 2 tornadoes. You can get through it. Just hang on and keep going. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So we will quickly go through the before and after cards here. So here we have, this is our regular old 6 of Swords. Right before this is, whoops, the back of the card. Can you see it? This is what was happening right before this. So here he's loading them onto the boat. The ferryman is loading them onto the boat. And once again, to me, that is just a completely boring, like, of course they have to get onto the boat. No duh. Okay, I'm being anal, but egrets have long legs and no talons. Well, Heather, I think you should tell Al-Goliath. What the hell is his name? I can never find his first name. He says he has a YouTube channel. You should go down his YouTube channel and tell him that. Okay. I'll try to, if you guys want me to make an event, I can make an event. I can make an event. I'm suddenly Italian. I can make an event on Facebook if you want. So, yay, how exciting. The before is they're getting in the boat. Some of these have been so ridiculously boring. Like, give me a purpose. Okay, I see something that I can do with this. Okay. On the after, we've reached the shore. They're getting out of the boat, and he is carrying the swords. So the ferryman is carrying the swords. I kind of think he's not going to give it to him, though. He's going to take their burden and find something else to do with it. That's my interpretation. I have no idea what the card says, but I like it. Getting on the boat. Intriguing. I kinda. All right. And finally, the other side. So they could have done more with this. All right. This one is the new vision, which shows, the back side. They could have done way more with this. I hate when they don't do something exciting. So you're seeing a little bit of the rough waters, but I would have liked to see more of the Al-Goliath, like tornadoes. You see the big, huge waves crashing. They could have done more. Instead, it's just, oh, look, there's a little bit bigger waves over there. Ooh-wee. Boy, I can see why you need to get out of there. Danger. Danger. What is it? Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Like that hand card. I know. Look, here's the other side of his hand. And here's this side of his hand. Yay, that's so stupid. Okay. All right, now, when you are reading in a reading, if you are reading for career and finance, darkness behind them, yeah, that's true. The Six of Swords indicates that there are better circumstances on the horizon. It will be more of a development over time than a sudden change, although a change of job or career may be part of the process. The Ace of Wands or Ace of Pentacles in the reading seems like it's implying that perhaps it wasn't as dangerous as they thought. Yeah, that could be. That's true. The Ace of Wands or the Ace of Pentacles also in the reading would add weight to this change of job or career. Keep your goals in mind as you progress towards them. You may also need to ask yourself whether you will just let circumstances move you forward or if you will actually take control and steer yourself to reaching your goals. If a card like the Chariot is present, it would indicate that you need to indeed take control. So that would change it a little bit. If you had the Chariot card come up with this, it means, okay, maybe you're not just trusting spirit here, you're kind of really taking control of that. Okay, if you're reading for a health reading, the Six of Swords encourages you to keep the end result in mind as improvements will be gradual and will help happen over time. I was just talking to my son about this because, you know, as hard as I feel like I'm working, nothing happens. And I was like, it's really annoying to me that your father can, like, stop drinking soda for a week and he loses 20 pounds. And I could, like, kill myself and half a pound happens. But anyways, so just keep swimming, right? Patience will be required, but the Six of Swords would suggest that the worst is over, particularly if accompanied by a card like the Ten of Swords. And this is the time when things will take a turn for the better. A change of environment may also be beneficial. What do the two people in the boat represent? Seems like men can lose weight so easily, I know. Or maybe we, the observer, don't see the bad situation, but to the passengers it was unbearable, right? That's true. The two people in the boat, they represent the you, that's the querent, and your significant others, your loved ones, your family. So this is a bigger kind of change that they're talking about. So unfair for women to lose weight. I know, it's terrible. Okay, relationships. The Six of Swords indicates that better times lay ahead. After an unsettled period, perhaps a time of quarrels, a more calm and peaceful time is approaching. It is possible, depending on the context of the reading, that the path to better times may involve ending the relationship and moving on. If so, be careful how you deal with the mental and emotional baggage you take with you. For just the general reading, the Six of Swords represents moving on to better times. Change for the better is coming, but it may take some time before it's fully realized. If such a card as the Eight of Wands is present, this may indicate that the speed of change may be accelerated. So if you have the Eight of Wands, yeah, I know it's harder. Blah, blah, blah. I know. It's just frustrating. And there's a whole thing behind that. But we're almost at 2 hours. I'm going to keep going. Maybe being fat and flubbery is better than maybe the magazines are wrong. I agree. I totally agree, Marge. I think that's what it is. It's healthier for you. All right. It might not be, but I think it's actually, I always say, you know, our bone density is better because we carry around so much weight that our bones, the goddesses ain't skinny. That's right. That our bones won't break because our bone density is way better because we always have to carry around all this weight. Okay, so that was a general reading. All right, perfect. We did it. We made it through another card. It is time to pick the card for next week. Yay. Curves are for men, bones are for dogs. I love it, Pat. Shauna, you got a good one, didn't you? I love it. How did that card go? Here we go. All right. Let me shuffle a couple times. So, self-love. Absolutely, I know. It's I am totally self-loving. I am. It's just frustrating to, feel like you're doing things the right way. And But I was talking, my oldest son and I are kind of the same body type. If I was a healthier body type, we are the same body type. And because in the Navy considers him morbidly obese, which is ridiculous. Hi, Axon. And part of that is because literally, if you take our bone densities, because we're Viking people, because we're bigger people, our bone density is huge. So he bike rides 130 miles a week now. He's in like this incredible shape, and the Navy still considers him morbidly obese, not just obese, morbidly obese. And he's like in the best shape of his life, but because we're just bigger people. We're never even when I was a size 12, which people were like, you look kind of sickly. I was more weight than I need to say. But people were like, oh, you're kind of sickly. And I was 175 pounds. And I was like this disgusting teeny thing. So I'm just bigger. Period. Right? Okay, here we go. Not that I'm making excuses. Austin's doctor said he was fat. What? Right? I know. It's ridiculous. Those charts are outdated. I know it. It's insane. Okay, but my son and I were talking about doing measurements, like measuring how much measurement you lose instead of like, because I've never looked at the scale part because it just doesn't work for me. People would be amazed if they knew how much I like weighed now. I don't say that number because to me, I'm like, I don't want to hear that number out loud. And to me, it doesn't mean anything because people do not look at me and think I weigh that much. And I don't want to look at it. Card for next week. Are we ready? I always draw from the middle. I think I need to draw from the back this time. So I'm going to put some of these down so I don't lose them all. Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards. The Hierophant, baby. I love the Hierophant, you guys. It is one of my favorite cards. So I'm excited because I'm already going, ooh, I want to get this Hierophant out from this deck and this Hierophant out from this deck. I love this card. Yay! So the Hierophant is next week's card. I will make an event right after we get off the video. We be getting married next week. Woohoo! The Ghosts and Spirits Hierophant is so cool. Is it? I was actually talking about the Ghosts and Spirits tonight for the one we just did, Six of Swords. Was a good one, but I didn't want to explain the whole story because we already are 2 hours. Okay, so let's continue to go over this. I don't think I announced this yet. First of all, Friday is our crystal sale with Cassandra. I only say that because she hates us saying it like that, so I'm purposely saying that. Over at on my channel, but she's from Mystic Dragon Slayer. We're having this big live sale where I'm going to go to her house, and you guys can say to me, hey, can you show me a sphere of moonstone? And I'm going to go through and find moonstone spheres to show you. And she has great prices, guys. And, you can kind of tell me what you want to see, and we'll have fun. And she always does all kinds of giveaways and stuff. And so we're going to have fun. We're actually going to be selling the crystals live on our channel. Okay? The other thing is Saturday or Sunday. She has Scully's too. She does. Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure which. I have to get a hold of her. I was supposed to do it today and I ran out of time. So tomorrow I'm going to get a hold of her. I'm going to be interviewing a deck creator from Kickstarter, who is Alexa. Hold on, because I'm trying to reach the deck. Her name is Alexa. Okay, sorry. Whichever one fell. I Powerbell Friday, right? She is the creator of the ETA Tarot, and now, which I really liked this tarot deck, and now they have the live Kickstarter campaign is going on for the ETA Oracle. And so I'm going to be doing an interview with her to, because we're at 80% and we only have like less than a week, I think, left of the campaign. And I really want to kick it into overdrive because I loved this deck. And so she's going to be on live and we can ask her questions. She's going to talk about the ETA Oracle and we'll kind of show a little bit of the ETA Tarot so you can get an idea. What she did was she's an artist in Toronto who got 78 different artists together, and there's 78 different artists created, each one artist for each card. And it's all different mediums. There was a person who did pyrography. There's like watercolor. There is all kinds of stuff. Pat, you don't get paid till next Friday. My guess is, and I'll have to ask her, I don't want to say for sure, but she probably will work with you. She's pretty good about it. So that'll be Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which yet. She, because Canadian Thanksgiving is on Monday, she has a dinner thing with her family, but she wasn't sure which day. So that's that. What else? Click the like button for me. The more likes we get on here, the more it gets shared. Hopefully you are subscribed. If not, go ahead and subscribe if you would. 30% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. I didn't know that. And click the notification bell. And once in a while, when Kickstarter is feeling kind of good about themselves, they may let you know that I'm on. Yay! Happy birthday, Kay. And what else? Something about yes, make sure you go and vote for the new channel name. Okay, we've got some up there. You're able to add another one if you want. And Wednesday is my regular night off, so I'll be probably taking it off, although Peter's not working, so I might not. I might get bored and come on because I have so many decks and stuff to show. We'll see. Depends on how I feel. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and have a great night.